Never thought the son of Michael Jordan would be Pookie, but here we are. Sad. Just sad. Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Better get the coleslaw, y'all, because we're having us a barbecue. The son of Michael Jordan was arrested on DUI and drug possession charges. Now, according to reports, Marcus Jordan, the son of Michael Jordan, was allegedly leaving a club, and after leaving a club, he was pulled over by police, and as police were looking to pull him over for a traffic stop, Marcus Jordan then took his Lamborghini Urus and pulled away from the police, and eventually drove out from one county into another county, Maitland, Florida. And as he was driving in on the roads of Maitland, Florida, Marcus Jordan took a bad turn, and as he took this bad turn, he wound up driving his blue Lamborghini Urus onto railroad tracks in Maitland, Florida. And as he tried to get off the tracks in Maitland, Florida, he allegedly wound up digging his car into the ground as related to those railroad tracks where a train was 10 minutes away. And this is where police found Marcus Jordan, and after they found Marcus Jordan, they then looked to have him participate in a series of tests to see if he was driving under the influence. And as he was having these tests administered, this is where Marcus Jordan name dropped that he was the son of Michael Jordan, and also continued to again be argumentative with law enforcement as they looked to try to find out how he wound up on these railroad tracks, and eventually looked to try to figure out what was going on with him. And eventually what happened with Marcus Jordan is that after police determined that he possibly was driving under the influence, they found a baggie of a white powder in his pants pocket, and eventually this tested positive for cocaine. And this is where Marcus Jordan was taken into custody by police, who arrested him for driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and possession of cocaine, and took him into custody. Now, the police in Florida see the behavior of Marcus Jordan as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of Marcus Jordan's alleged behavior, it definitely fits the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And it's clear to me that Marcus Jordan is a man in crisis, and a man in crisis basically because he did not get male life skills or male survival skills from his father. No, in the case of Marcus Jordan, he's a beta male because his father, again, didn't take that time to teach him how to navigate life as a man, and basically gave him everything that he didn't have. Now, one of the ways a boy can become a beta male under a father is that the father basically looks to overcompensate by giving his son everything. And by giving his son everything, what happens to the boy is that the boy never develops any sort of discipline or resolve. And that's what's happened here in the case of Marcus Jordan. His father, legendary NBA superstar Michael Jordan, made lots of money when he was playing for the Chicago Bulls, but sadly, he didn't go out here and teach his son about the game of life the way his father, Jeffrey Jordan, taught him about life. Now, Jeffrey Jordan basically taught Michael Jordan everything he needed in order to survive in the world, and that taught him how to become one of the greatest players in the NBA, if not the most greatest player in the NBA. And With that, he learned a work ethic, he learned discipline and resolve, and he learned how to persevere in the face of adversity. That's how he became one of the greatest players in basketball history. Unfortunately, what happened with Michael Jordan is that he never taught his sons these life skills or survival skills, and as a result, what happened with his son, Marcus Jordan, is instead of ascending to greatness like his father, instead of him learning how to be a man like his father, he wound up on the road to becoming a man in crisis. A man in crisis because as he went to college and started to play basketball, what happened with Marcus Jordan is that he basically had a lot of coaches expecting him to be like his father, but instead of him persevering to show how he was his own man, what happened is that Marcus Jordan did not have that discipline or resolve because he had been a product not of a hard life that would teach him how to persevere, but he had been sent to many private schools and been again given everything. And since he had been given everything, he did not know how to persevere. And since he didn't know how to persevere, what happened is that his quest to be like his father sadly wound up with him falling apart as a man. And as he fell apart as a man, this is how he wound up on the road to becoming a man in crisis. And as he became a man in crisis, he basically started heading down this road of looking to escape through things like vices such as possibly strippers, because they speculated that he was coming out of a strip club, and basically drinking and basically, according to reports, again, getting involved with these drugs like cocaine, looking to escape because he feels like he can't measure up to the legacy of his father, which was a big mistake. Again, if you're gonna play basketball, you're supposed to play because you have a passion for the sport. But sadly, Marcus Jordan doesn't have a passion for anything because he's basically been given everything. And since he's been given everything, he doesn't have a sense of, again, looking to persevere at anything, and that's what's got him in this state of life where his life is basically going nowhere. He's been given so much that all he's thinking about again is just meandering as related to an existence instead of living the abundant life that Christ wants him to live. Instead of looking to again live the abundant life that Christ wants him to live, he has basically, again, become not a man, but become just like the Pookies who were raised by single mothers. And just like the Pookies who are raised by single mothers, he's basically coasting through life because he feels like he's got everything given to him and he doesn't have to work for anything at all. And since he feels like he doesn't have to work for anything at all, he basically doesn't feel like he has any sort of responsibility or accountability to anyone. And basically, this guy, again, has no sense of responsibility, and that's because he had been sheltered and coddled by his mother and father. And because he had been sheltered and coddled by his mother and his father, and not insisted that he have any sort of discipline at all, he basically, again, is out here coasting through life, again, just like many of the Pookies out here. And again, he found a partner in life that would basically be his equal in Larissa Pippen, the ex-wife of NBA superstar Scottie Pippen. Again, he gets involved with this type of female predator because he doesn't know how to operate as a man, and sadly didn't understand how to operate as a man because his father gave him everything except a foundation in life where he would get those male life skills or those male survival skills, because it's those male life skills and male survival skills that lead to a guy not derailing his life the same way Marcus Jordan did, because as he was sitting there in this $330,000 Lamborghini Urus, which will possibly be on one of these YouTube channels like Goon Squad being rebuilt, as it's sent to auction, what's going to happen is that Marcus Jordan thought he had everything in life, so he didn't have to, again, focus on anything substantive. And again, this is how a guy who's 34 years old is basically drifting through life, drifting through life as a male, just not really taking anything seriously because he feels he doesn't have to take anything serious. But what's really sad about guys like Marcus Jordan is that they fritter away their lives and fritter away their lives out here in these streets, going out here participating in dumb stuff like being in bars and, again, going out here drinking and drugging, and again, because they think dad's money and dad's legacy will carry them. But dad's legacy can't carry you if you don't know how to be your own man. And that's the big problem with guys like Marcus Jordan, is that they don't know how to be their own men, and they wind up making crises that embarrass their family and embarrass their family's legacy. That's what happens with guys like Marcus Jordan. They basically, again, have it so good they don't appreciate what they have until they've basically squandered and pissed it away. It's only when they piss it away and they realize what they had. And sadly, what happens with guys like Marcus Jordan is they wind up, again, penniless and poor in their older age because they took everything in their lives for granted. They took everything in their lives for granted because he's the son of Michael Jordan. But there comes a time when a man has to be his own man. But sadly, when you have a beta male who's spoiled and privileged, instead of him working on being his own man, he basically wallows in self-pity, fearing that he won't measure up to being a man like his father. But sadly, he doesn't understand that when a father gives you things, it's so that you can go out here and focus on being your own man and actualizing your own potential. And what's really sad is that Michael Jordan's two sons running a sneakers store while Michael Jordan makes sneakers, again, not actualizing their potential as men because they're too afraid to go out and be men. And instead of them going out here and being the best men they can be, sadly, Michael Jordan's son, instead of honoring the legacy of his father, brings shame to his father. It's like they talk about in the Proverbs. And this man brings shame to his father because instead of him being on the road to greatness as a man, he's just a man in crisis, and a man in crisis in desperate need of an intervention to keep him from basically destroying himself and basically further tarnishing his own legacy. Now, if you want to learn how to identify the behavior of beta males so you can help out someone or help someone break out of the paradigm of being a beta male, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos talking about The Man Crisis, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteem Horror in the Hamptons. The aspiring angel tries to escape a house of horrors in this action-packed, all-new Esteem series adventure. Get your copy of Esteem Horror in the Hamptons in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.